Compañeros! Welcome to another edition of the SQL Data Partners Podcast. I am Carlos El Chacon, your host, and I am actually soloing it today. So Eugene is actually on vacation, and Kevin was trying to catch up on a little nap, and it's episode 250. Thinking about something, it just seems like a nice round number. We were thinking about what to do. And so I said, Kevin, why don't you let me take this one, and we'll circle back with you on episode 251. So what we thought we'd do here in this episode is look back just a little, right? 250 episodes. We started in 2015 and have kept going since, right? So some things have changed. So I thought we'd touch base on a couple of things. And go into some behind the scenes, never been heard or shown before footage from the podcast that we thought you might be interested in. So today's episode notes are going to be at SQLDataPartners.com/bloopers or at SQLDataPartners.com/250. Again, as I mentioned, there is some video that will be there. So if you want to check it out on YouTube, you're welcome to do that as well. So before we get into it, we do have a couple of shout outs, and always grateful for shout outs. For those of you who are engaging with us on social media, shout outs include Mike King, Christopher Kurtz, Gwendolyn Wood, Heather Noggle, Kenna Galvin, Bass Steins, Michael Swart, Enrico Bevilacqua, Federico Milani, Paul Pop Jr., Chene Kandelakar, Sequel Bob Scott, Maya Heiling, Mohammed Shakil, Stephanie Hine, Kelly Robertson, Tyler Drennan, Jonathan Hewitson, Joe Barco, Ishan Torkamani. Oh man, sorry, son. Oli Petrus. Oh man, this is rough today. Petrashov, Amanda Pullman, Todd Doobie, Kevin Mossman, Nick Sefris, Debbie Rasberger, Robbie Sutke, Thomas Roper, Bill Keeler, Chris Sephirolis, and Javier Villegas. So wow, big list today. Thanks everybody for the shout outs. And again, right, we're sorry if I don't get your name wrong. If I don't get your name right, excuse me. And but thanks for continuing to plug along. So episode 250, right? As I mentioned, we thought we'd go back and share some things that happened. Some behind the scenes, perhaps you might call this some bloopers or some things that we thought were funny as we've been now recording for, wow, seven years, compañero, right? So we're going to go back and bring to light some of these videos. So some of it is physical. So again, we'll invite you to go check out YouTube. I should also mention that if you would like to purchase a SQL Data Partners t-shirt, you may do so at SQLDataPartners.com/podcast, and then you too can be very nice looking in your new SQL Data Partners podcast t-shirt. So the first recordings of the podcast started in April or May of 2015. And so during that time, from that time until now, we've had over 400,000 listens of our podcast. Hooray, thanks everybody. And we have made it into our self-proclaimed top 30 data platform topic podcast list.
One of the top 30 podcasts for data platform professionals based in the United States.
That's true. I don't know if there is 30 out there.
Well, we're number 30, right? there's a couple of blank spaces in between, but
Yep.
Oh, good.
Based out of the U.S.
Yeah, that's right. Your actual results may vary.
Now, the podcast has evolved a little bit over time. At one point, we thought we needed to level up our game and we put in some sound effects. I'll play a few now, so please be forewarned. We don't get much feedback on the podcast, but this was one change that nobody wanted. Have a listen.
I'm also an instructor.
So in the book, you tell the story.
I probably can't help you, but can I order you some pizza?
Yummy.
So, Greg, how did you first get started with SQL Server?
You know, I joke because when I was in college, I took a class on databases.
If you could have one superhero power, what would it be and why do you want it?
I go back and forth between teleportation and flying.
So we thank Eduardo for suggesting this topic and sending it our way. We do have a couple of compañeros shoutouts. All the way from Langholm, Scotland, chimed in. Really enjoyed the podcast. Ultimately, I'm very interested in interacting with you.
That's pretty much it.
And I'll take that thing, I'll start reworking it.
No, that's not going to do it.
But as I mentioned, we had to clear rock out. And, you know, one of the first rules we have is make sure we don't make things worse.
In another episode, we'll be talking about that.
Oh, yeah.
Now, compañeros, you'll notice the last couple of episodes, we have included some additional sounds, and I got a little bit of feedback, and I want to get more feedback, right? So we are trying to do some different things.
Unbelievable.
At the end of the day, I want to have a little fun with this, and my thought was to include some, sound effect, for lack of a better word, into the program. That's not necessarily coming across as super helpful for some of you.
While not all goes according to plan, and our plans a lot of time we're talking about technical pieces, we do like to have some fun along the way.
It's gonna be a sitcom. I'm waiting for it.
Oh man, is that what you think of? Is when you hear this music as a sitcom music, huh? That gets good feedback, I guess. This is the official SQL Data Partners theme song.
Oh, nice.
We reached out on one of the platforms.
Right.
And, a guy from Argentina actually put this together for
Oh,
us.
nice.
Exit music. You have to have exit music, right?
Sure. It's better than the one time you had a soundboard. That didn't last very long.
The recording is in progress.
I want to hear that in the intro.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Everybody do a mic check.
Mic check.
Hello.
Hello.
A microphone check. A microphone check.
We've had 3 editors on the podcast. So I started, I did the first, maybe 30. Then we had Julian, and now Amanda has done over 100 episodes. She publishes them for us, right? Does all things podcast and pushes me to do episodes like this so that we can get them out. Guests are always worried about messing up. However, I find that I am the one that's most in need of an editor, just like that. Now, as we do, as we have tried different formats. Gosh, we started on, I guess, just like phone calls, and I can't remember how I did those first episodes now all of a sudden. But we've done Zoom and Teams and Audacity and Soundwave and all kinds of different platforms. And we still find that sometimes we just need a little help getting set up.
Let's see. Can you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay.
We're just ignoring you.
So the usual. Okay, you got to say something. Sorry.
Something.
Something. There we go. Can we try that one more time? Can you guys say hello?
Hello.
Hello. It's
No,
still
I
me you're
can't.
looking for.
No. Okay. Let's see. So what about now?
Hello.
Are we good?
Hello. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, let's see. Why? Okay, hold on. I gotta add my.
A year of Zoom calls and then this.
Right.
That's right.
By the way, did you guys hear my GPS there?
Nope. The vibrating?
I did not.
Okay, good. I was concerned that GPS would give away my location.
Oh, turn left now. Yeah.
Okay.
Considering you never give away your social media information when we're supposed to do that, I'm not too worried about the GPS being the one to rat you out.
So guests have been one of the things that I have enjoyed most about the podcast. So getting to know people I otherwise would not have been able to meet. Now, I haven't been able to get on everyone that I've invited, but I do feel like our podcast guest list is a little bit of a who's list. And super grateful to all of the Microsoft project managers that have been on, of course, the rest of a lot of the other community. Now, normally it is not a problem, but sometimes you do gently have to remind our guests of proper etiquette. So this was recorded during a Twitch streaming episode, which is another one we tried for a little bit. So there's a little bit of music, and so it may be hard to hear.
Look, this isn't Nick's extent. You don't get to do whatever the heck you want on this show, okay? All right, Anthony?
I'll try not to take over. Ain't gonna lie, that's been kind of a...
No, I think it's necessary. We've gone like months without a guest, and I'm like, we just butchered the description of Azure Arc. Maybe we should ask the guy who wrote the book.
So you went for months without guests, and you start with us.
Right. You start
rookie mistake.
You start small and you work your way up. That's
okay, that makes sense. You're breaking up, Eugene. You're breaking up. Hang on. How do we remove some?
Now, for a time, Steve Stedman was my co-host, and he was great. Around episode 130, Kevin and Eugene officially debuted as co-hosts, a title that we had to agree upon.
And today on the show, we're happy to have Andy Levy with us. Andy, welcome to the program.
Hi, Carlos. Thanks for having me.
And my trusty sidekick, or sidekick.
Sidekick.
Podcast extraordinaire, friend of the podcast,
well, not anymore.
Kevin Fiesel is with us.
Hello, everybody.
For how much longer, we don't know, but for right now,
I'm going to go on strike.
Well, you did miss the last recording.
Hold that for more money.
Yeah.
Now, with Kevin and Eugene, I always have to expect the unexpected.
So I'll send you the links that we talked about. That would be...
Sorry, bird hit my window.
Okay.
Anyway,
Oh, goodness.
proceed.
Seriously?
Fine. Seriously.
Wow. Okay.
Glad we finished recording.
Wow.
Sorry to break your train of thought there.
Are you okay there? Like,
I'm good. I got
your heart is beating, is racing right now.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Are we on the air yet? Because I don't want to waste my blinking Morse code of rescue me until we're on.
There's nothing like going live, Kevin. And here we go.
It's not hard to blink SOS, right? So it's just 3 quick blinks and then 3 slow ones.
And then 3 quick ones.
Yeah. So it's not.
Now it's a lot harder to blink your location.
Yeah. You have to make sure you have the eye drops in for that one. Kevin and Eugene, however, are extremely committed. Even when Kevin was sick, he came on and taught us how to pronounce a Databricks.
Yes, Databricks.
Amanda's going to make you sound good, Kevin. I promise.
I'll start that over. Yes,
That's actually how you pronounce Databricks. Sorry.
It's in his native language.
Sorry, good.
Hang on.
You're getting the real stuff here, compañeros, right?
Hello, editor.
Because Kevin and Eugene and I have done so many episodes just by ourselves, I do think that it's been helpful that we have lived in different cities. If we were in the same room, I'm just not quite sure what would happen.
He'd write a book on polybase, so he's a bit biased.
Not much in this new version, right?
2017 R2.
Yeah, gonna have one of those.
Drive up to Pennsylvania and stab you, Eugene. You give Microsoft ideas on R2 again, I will.
No, that's fair.
No way. No way.
All right. We should probably get rolling.
Now, one of the very fun traditions that have now cropped up is waiting at the end of the episode for Kevin's social media comments. We just never know what he's going to come up with. He never discloses those ahead of time. And I generally find myself laughing. Or they do make me laugh when he says them. Here's a sample.
Kevin.
My WeChat handle is on page 88 of your invoicing report.
Or if you're really desperate, you can throw a bottle into the ocean, and next time Kevin's in Australia, he can pick it up. And Kevin?
You can find me in your S3 buckets.
Kevin?
You can find me wherever good burritos are sold.
Actually true.
Especially on Saturdays.
You want to reach out to us? You can do so. Eugene.
Yeah, you can find me. You can find me on Twitter at SQLGene. You can find me on Instagram, but I'm not going to tell you where.
Ooh.
Mr. Kevin. Me here. You can find me searching for 5 good men or in a barrel someplace. We're going to keep going with awkward philosophy analogies.
So, compañeros, right, 250 episodes. Thanks to those of you who have been around for a while, whether you've started recently or you've been a long-time listener. Thank you. Thank you for coming along for the ride. We do hope that you learned something from the podcast. However, we're always glad to put a smile on your face.
Mr. Kevin?
If you open up the social media computational expression and have a let and call a function, we're going to need to bind to something of type social media type, and then we'll eventually be able to downcast that to return with a bang my social media handle.
That seems fair enough.
You're like, one monad joke wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, we needed 2 monad jokes today.
Well, I can tell you that was of type either funny or not. So
I can tell you that Drew doesn't have 2 monad jokes on his,
that's true.
On his podcast, right? Compañeros, you can
Next up on the SQL Data Partners, monad jokes.
So, as always, thanks again for tuning in to this episode. We hope that you enjoyed it. Kind of give a little something different. We will get back to the technical pieces. Don't fret about that. Kevin and Eugene have not gone away. They'll be back as well. Thanks again for listening. This is going to do it for episode 250. If you want to reach out to me on social media, you're welcome to do so. I'm at Carlos L. Chacon. Check us out on YouTube under SQL Data Partners. We're trying to put those videos up. Let us know what you think. Or if you have other topics or ideas for the podcast, drop me a line, let me know, and we'd appreciate that. Compañeros, as always, it's a pleasure, and I'll see you on the SQL Trail.